Hi everyone, Empress Justice here. If you'd like to check out daily readings, you can check them out on Empress Justice Tarot on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I've also written a couple of essays on there, so you can check that out as well. If you'd like to check out the full moon reading in Vishaka, now the full moon is coming up in a couple of days, and I mean, shit, it's been a doozy over here, boy. If you'd like to check out that reading anyway, the full moon reading, you can check that out on Empress Justice Tarot YouTube. It's also on Instagram, but Instagram tends to be a bit crowded with the daily readings. So you're better off looking at Empress Justice Tarot YouTube if you really want to check out the full moon reading. Update on me. Yesterday, mental health called me and I did a recording on it, and long story short, everyone got scared. And usually the loud music that's playing, it's usually in a bid to try and annoy me, but I really feel like the loud music and the shouting and the arguing yesterday, it was really an indication of their state of mind right now. I think they're very, very scared. And honestly, this wasn't what I wanted. Honestly, the only thing I wanted was to be left alone. If people would have been happy and left me alone, I would have been okay with that. I would have been all right with that. My end goal is not to make people scared. It's to do two things. It's to end gang stalking and to ensure that vulnerable people are treated with the respect they deserve. That's the only thing that I really care about. Them being scared is just like, doesn't do anything for me. It really doesn't do anything for me. Doesn't do anything for me to make them sad or upset, or I just find it bemusing, honestly. It's just, well, not bemusing. I think that's the wrong word, because bemusing is like confusion or what have you, but it's just finding the right word to use. It's just funny. And it's not even funny in a way that's like, oh, it's hilarious how scared they are. It's just like, I mean, okay. How did you think you were going to do something this big or get involved in something this big and you thought there weren't going to be any consequences from it? I don't get that. Again, people don't use common sense. If you're going to get involved in gang stalking or anything of this nature, there's going to be consequences for that. Can't run from that playing loud music, singing along and using racial slurs and shit, and then trying to play that. Like, this is the one thing that kind of makes me angry more than anything. It's the fact that, like, people want to disrespect me. That's one thing. I don't even like that to begin with, but that's one thing. It's one thing for you to do that, and then it's another thing to start playing victim when I come back at you and I'm better at your shit than you are. Like, you knew what you were getting when you were going to go around like making somebody else feel bad or trying to make somebody else feel bad. You know exactly what you're doing. So how do you figure that you have the right to play victim when you keep running your mouth and you keep doing horrible things to people? With me, I know I do horrible shit to people. I expect people not to like me for doing it. I'm going to defend myself, sure. If somebody gets out of line with me, I'm going to defend myself. But if people don't like me as a result of all the things that I've done in order to try and make sure gang stalking stops, or make sure bullying against vulnerable people stops, if I've done everything that I possibly can, then I fully expect that somewhere along the line, I'm going to have to give up something, or somewhere along the line, somebody's not going to like me, or somewhere along the line, I'm going to have something done to me against my will. Because it's part and parcel of the whole experience. So I'm ready to make whatever sacrifices are necessary in order to achieve what I'm supposed to achieve. But it's just like people want to disrespect me and come after me, and they're not willing to pay the price it costs to do that. It's like I said on my Facebook, right? You know, freedom of speech ain't free, but nobody wants to pay the fucking toll. Like, that's exactly why we're having a culture of bigotry now, because nobody wants to be accountable for their shit. Living standards are going down as a direct result of people's bigotry and hatred. And not even just like racially or in terms of mental health, in terms of literally anything. Bigotry and hatred has always been the fastest route to the 4 horsemen riding up. And yet nobody wants to take responsibility for that. They rather stick their heads in the sand and hope and pray that they're privileged enough to get away with it. I don't fuck with that, man. And then on top of that, you want to do all that and you want to play victim? Man. You have to be willing, like I said, you have to be willing to give everything for what you believe. And the fact that if there is literally no ideology behind your fuckery, why am I going through this? You're not even winning. Why am I going through this just for you to lose? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a waste. It's a waste of energy. It's a waste of energy. And you want to play victim because you fucked up. You made the wrong choices. Now you want to play victim. Miss me. I ain't with the bullshit, man. I ain't with the bullshit. And the thing is, if anything happens to me, if one of those, whoever that dickhead male was, if they make good on their threat, and after saying, well, we got to kill her, then it implicates literally everybody else that this family have been speaking to. So like they're in it. They're fucking in it. It implicates literally everybody else because I've been telling the truth from the beginning. Like I said, who needs the internet when I've got my fucking medical records? And who needs fucking internet when I've got my Merlin report, which presumably has been there since I was young. You know what I mean? So, yeah. It's just a rant, really. I wasn't really saying anything. It was just a rant. It's a beautiful day today, by the way. It's lovely. It's lovely. I want to go outside, but I don't have any appropriate clothing to go out in. I could go out in my shorts. I did that last time and it was all right. But yeah, I want to go out in my shorts. I don't know if it's warm enough yet. It's still only spring. But look at that. When the sunshine hits that scenery just right, like there's nothing like it. And you want to see it when it's sunset. Honestly, photos and videos just don't do this justice at all. It's literally so beautiful. It is so beautiful. Doesn't do it justice. Does not do it justice. At all. But yeah. So if anything happens to me, a lot of people are implicated in it. And there's another reason why me moving, it would have made logical sense. If I've been saying wild shit about people and their response is to take all that seriously and say, well, we've got to kill her. If they really mean it, then if that family leaves and I stay, that means they know where I live. So for an interest of safety, I might have to move too. Because if there are a lot of people implicated in it, yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess, mate. It's a whole mess. But, I've been trying so hard to not be institutionalized. I just didn't understand. I didn't get it. I kept telling the truth. I kept talking about the Havana syndrome. All that shit is on my records. And because all that shit is on my records, and there are more and more reports coming out about Havana syndrome, it's not looking good for the NHS. It's not looking good for the people who are saying I was delusional. It's not looking good for the people who went around saying that I was making up conspiracy theories and shit. It's not looking good for any of them. It's really not looking good. So, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm so tempted to go out. Like, the sun is just calling me. It's calling me. I don't want to go out because, you know, depression, but the sun is just fucking calling me, boy. Just need to find some appropriate bottoms to wear. I don't know what temperature it is outside. It's only 10 o'clock, so I might wait until about 12 or 3 to go out. From 12 to 3, I might go out then. Get the most sunshine then. Go down the beach. Might go down the beach in Hove. Might do that. Hove's better anyway. But yeah. This morning is a lot of perspective on a lot of different things. I've learned a lot since I've been here. Such a far cry from how I was last week. Such a far cry. Just goes to show you how powerful these psychotronic weapons are. There was another TI who reached out to me on Facebook that said that they were made to feel suicidal by these weapons at least twice a week, and I believe it. It's more about behavioral control than mind control, really. It's more about behavioral control. Keeping you just off center, always keeping you off balance, never really having you sure of yourself or what you're doing. So you're always questioning yourself, and if you're always questioning yourself, then you're always anxious, aren't you? And once that cortisol goes up, it's easy from there to manipulate people, isn't it? But yeah, I think I'm going to get back to doing whatever it is I do. I might actually study while I'm waiting for that laundry to do its thing. I don't know. Day's mine. So let's see what happens. Anyway, I love you guys. Take care. Peace and blessings. Bye-bye.